Ja. It's early today, I think, for some people. But we are back for another live stitch with me. Today I'm going to work on the Super Size Max Color Coloring Book Afternoon. Artwork is by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven Earth Designs, and yeah, so far I have done 34,280 stitches out of 713,286, and it's 4.81% completed. This is stitched on 28 count even weave 1/1 full cross with royal broderie floss. So yeah, I will just start then. Hi Laura, welcome. Laura says, yeah, you're back doing a live. Lovely to see you. Yes, the children are at school. My husband is sleeping a bit, and I was like, okay, I can do a live now. It's silent here. So, yeah. I already stitched today, so this is not my first stitching. I already did 110 stitches on it. So, yeah, I'm still going for my 500. I also switched from seats, so with my normal stitching seat again. Then you see also more my stitching here in a better way. But then the other disadvantage maybe is that I cannot show my pattern. My tablet is here next to me, and I switched back to Pattern Keeper for this. I found out that I'm more fast stitching with Pattern Keeper than with Saga. Probably because it's a habit that you used Pattern Keeper for years, and then you cannot easily switch to another one. And the main reason for me is when you have to select in Saga, you have to tap 3 buttons closing the marker, so you cannot mark off something, and then select first then the button on top is even 4 to select one, and then to turn it on, so it's even more. With the auto selection you don't have that, that's true, but yeah, he doesn't think about the parked threads. So for me, when I stitch my parked threads out, I have more work to tap all that stuff than to stitch it. So that's the main reason. It's not a bad app, not at all. So yeah. And it was I would say I had a bad night too. Didn't sleep a lot, maybe 5 hours. So I'm pretty tired too. It was with my daughter. I will tell you that in a minute. Claudia says, good morning. What a pleasant way to start the day. Just getting up and saw the live notification. Welcome, 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 Claudia. Yeah, for me it's noon. I just had my lunch. So in holiday period, I ate like at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Didn't matter, but now I was awake at 7 already. So yeah, the rhythm is different now. And I was just saying that I had a bad night. First, I asked yesterday the children, after I filmed my video, to prepare all the stuff for school today. So their bag, put your clothes ready for tomorrow morning so you don't have to search, and so on. And then the little one said, oh, okay. But then he came back with all stuff that was too small. So he was like, what's happening in his closet? In his wardrobe? I don't know. So I checked, and I came to the conclusion that I need to go shopping for new clothes, because he grew a lot this summer. So he doesn't fit in it anymore. He's too long. And I had a lot of clothes. I know my husband set up a couple months ago. I laid everything neat in his wardrobe. All is fine, but he didn't check the sizes. So I was like, didn't you check the sizes? It was like clothes that were already old that were still in there. He says, no, I just laid it neat. So I was like, oh no. So now I have to go shopping, but not today. When there's new money, I will go shopping for him. So that was the first thing. That I had to clean out the full wardrobe, and that took another time, a lot of time even. And then I was like, at the evening we can watch a series, my and my husband. Claudia says it's 6 here and just getting my coffee. Must be something in the air, as I didn't sleep well either. So sorry to hear that. But then at the evening I was so ready to have some hours alone with my husband. They went to bed and everything would be fine. And then I think after 1 hour or something, I got a message from my daughter. And it was like, she needs to sleep. How can she message me? And yeah, she had not stress for the new school year. But it was this school year in April, they go on a trip with school for 3 days. So they have to sleep 2 nights there. Yeah, so it is. And she was saying, I don't want to go on that trip. And I said, it's 8 hours before school starts and you're already thinking of a trip in April. So it's like you're 7 months ahead or something. So it's too early to think about it. But I know she was already thinking of that last year, because the 5th and the 6th years go together. And last year she was also already saying, even longer, I think in the 4th year, I don't want to go to that. And I was like, yeah, it's obligated. I don't know if I can leave you here. What's possible there? So she was really sad, and she had a lot of tears for that, and she couldn't sleep because of that stress already. And I was like, school still has to start and she's already stressed. But then I was thinking, she was, they all three were 2 months with me alone. So maybe it's the fear to be alone. But no, she always had that she cannot sleep on another place. So if she was with my brother, she didn't sleep. If she was with one of my friends, she didn't sleep. So in the 4th year, she went to the city in Brussels. She didn't sleep. Even I had given her the medication to sleep for the, what's it called? Metonine? Metalonine? Yeah, I don't know, I don't remember. She didn't sleep. And then I was like, what's happening here? I don't know. But when she was arrived at the world, she was a premature baby. And she was also 4 days in the yeah, how do you call it? NICU? For babies. So the intensive care for babies for 4 days. So yeah, I don't know what's happening with her, but she was really stressed out. And then my husband said, it's your fault. And I said, why is it my fault? I don't know. What did I do? But maybe it's just, yeah, the feeling of being alone, the fear. I don't know what it is with her. So I didn't sleep a lot because of that. Always thinking, what is wrong? What did I do wrong? Yeah. It's difficult. Yeah. Yeah, he said that to me. You had to work when she was small, a baby still. She was like 9 weeks old and you had to go to work. You had to leave her. So it's your fault. And he was like, how can it be my fault? I don't know. And then this morning she had to go to school and she was like 2 months already. She was looking forward to see her new teacher. And then she was like, I don't want to go to school. I want to stay with you. Yeah, what can I do with it? I don't know. I don't know. Like this. Claudia says, yeah, it was melatonin. Doesn't work for everyone, unfortunately. Anxiety can override the effects. It's hard being a parent. All you can do is support and encourage. Yeah, and then my husband was scrolling on the internet, and then he says you have 3 reasons that you cannot sleep on a different place. One of them was like that your brain doesn't sleep because you are like in a surviving mode. You are waiting for dangerous stuff. And that's why you cannot sleep. It can be that, I don't know. It can be that she wants to have me, but when she was little and we had to sleep over with my mother-in-law, we slept next to her and she didn't sleep too. My husband has the same. If he goes somewhere like on a hotel trip, the first night he doesn't sleep. Even in the house, if we move from a room to sleep, like we did, first we slept downstairs, then we moved to the first floor, then he didn't sleep the first day. It's really weird what they have. They have it both. So I said maybe it's genetic. I don't know. And the other 2 reasons I even forgot. It was, yeah. Like I said, only 1 day and it's already something. already something. And at first I said to her, you have to go. It will be nice. You will have fun. But then she said, she was really in tears. She was like, no, it will be a nightmare. I cannot eat. I cannot sleep. And I was like, how? Yeah, and then this morning my husband asked the teacher, and she said if she doesn't want to come with us, she can stay here at school. So she, of course, she has to go to school then instead, but she doesn't have to sleep. Claudia says it's not your fault, as all kids go through separation anxiety, but it sounds like your daughter and husband are creatures of habit and routine. Upset the routine and they get stressed. Yeah, maybe. But it's, my daughter is extreme. Like last year, I had to go on Wednesdays to the speech therapist with my youngest son. And then I was talking to her when I was in the waiting room there with messages. And then she was already asking me, Mom, when will you be home? Will it take long? Are you already home yet? Almost home yet. I was like, one half hour driving, so going and back, and 30 minutes there, so 1 hour at least. My husband was at home, my brother was at home, but no, she wanted me. She cannot be alone. Now in the holiday period, she was always with me. Mom, can we watch a series? Can we do a puzzle? No, she's extreme. I don't know. When she was little, she was always dad. And now, I'm not complaining that she's a mommy girl now, but it's weird. But on the other side, I have the same. With the separation anxiety, because I cannot be alone. But with me, is it because my mother dropped me? Claudia says, my daughter was the same when she was younger, but she grew out of it, thankfully. How old is your daughter now? She's now 11. You would think she will be a teenager. She is a teenager. She go next year to a new school. It will be better. I don't know. I think it will be more difficult then. I'm worried about her. And it was weird. Last year it was all about the little one, because he was behind and he had the speech therapist and all that stuff. At the end of the year, he was like, okay, fine, he's good now. Oh, 16. Clara says, my daughter was around 16 when she decided she wanted to be independent. Yeah, I don't know. Lara says, my nephew is the same with his mom and he's 10. I think things will ease up once they go to the high school. I hope so. But I was lonely at high school too. I was mocked a lot, and yeah, I was a lot alone. So I hope she doesn't have that experience. It's really, really, really strange. And my oldest son, He's like, I can be alone. He doesn't have it. But then that was another thing my husband said. He said to me, yeah, with our other son, you took him everywhere when he was little. When you went to a knitting club, he went with you. You went to the store, he went with you. Everywhere you go or you went, he went with you. And with her, you didn't do that. But she was always with me. I had a daycare. So what can I do more than that? I don't know. I didn't do anything different with her than, yeah, except for that she was in the daycare with me. Yeah, that's true. But the other two, no. And in the daycare, she bit other children, eh? She has bitten other children then. That was another thing. And in the fact, as Claudia says, routine, if it changes, even I tell it upfront, she has difficulties with it. And my little man too, but there they in the intelligence test, how it's called, the IQ test, yeah. Claudia says, bringing the kids with you or not doesn't cost anything. We all have personality traits that are just natural to us. Yeah, maybe it's that. I don't know. But my son had, like I said, my little one had an intelligence test. And then I had to go to school to have a discussion about that test. And then they said to me, like, he doesn't link. So if he learns something at school, he doesn't link with what happens at home. So if he needs to do homework at home, so for schoolwork at home, he doesn't know anymore how to do it. Even if he has learned it at school, he doesn't remember it. So because he cannot link the places together. And that's something my daughter also had. So all those years when she said I didn't know, the teachers told me, oh, it's because she wants attention from you. It's nothing bad. It's just that. Now she's, like I said, she's 11. It's better with that way, but still. They're like both the same in that matter. And the routines, they both cannot have changes. They cannot have changes in routines either. So for they need structure. Like on Mondays, normally my youngest son had a speech therapist at noon at school. Then in the morning, I had to tell him, oh, Ilnio, you have to this noon speech therapist. Here, to this morning, I told him, Ilnio, you have this evening soccer training. So I have to tell everything up front. If I have to go to the shop, if there is a parent meeting, everything that's not usual, I have to tell. It's all strange. Yeah. We worked a lot this last 2 months on his math skills. So that should be better now. So and now I'm still hoping, because the speech therapist said it was on hold for now, that it can be on hold. That it can stay on hold. Yeah. But it didn't feel fair that my husband blamed me for her behavior. So yeah. And then I was thinking this morning to film. Yeah. Clara says it was wrong of him to blame you. No one is at fault. Yeah, I think so. I think so. He brought them to school this morning. Normally I was going to do it myself, but her bicycle had to go to school. She's taking her brother's one because her is also too small. And I was like, I cannot buy another bike now. So she's taking that one. But then not everyone can in the car, of course. So I said, you can drive them and I will pick them up. But of course, that was again a change. Yeah, and then I was saying for Friday to do my next floss tube video instead of Sunday. It's still in my head. Then it will probably less whips. But yeah. Claudia says, I would go with Friday if it makes it less stressful for you. You have enough stress with day-to-day life already. I know. That's why I also switched my routine again. Just easy and stitching. Because if I think too much about it and make it more difficult, it's too much. That was another thing, indeed. Can I bring it back? Oh, there was a knot here. Yeah, Claudia says, totally agree. This is a hobby to relax with, not stress over. Yeah, and I felt that. So that's, I know like people love the Monopoly game. I do love it, but yeah, it's too much stuff around my head now. So like this morning I did the Tommy, the little adventurer. Then I did my temperature stitching, and now I'm doing my focus whip. For today. Laura says, I'm the same. If I make too many plans, I get overwhelmed and don't end up wanting to stitch at all. I'm doing a bit of sweetie at the moment. Yeah, I know that feeling. I perfectly understand that. Claudia says, I tried the Monopoly game as well, and it became another job I had to do rather than enjoying it, doing sweetie as well. Yeah, sweetie with me is like, what will I stitch on today? And after 5 hours, I still haven't decided. So that's why I'm just doing what I'm doing now. Do the 500 stitches on the focus whip, and then do the wheel, and we see. Like I did my wheel this morning, and it was blooming whiskers after this one. So I don't have to think. It's just pick it and stitch it. Like I did. Grab your whip and stitch. Don't much think about it. Waar staat de auto, Schotte?
Huh?
De auto.
De vlak voor de deur.
Dat niet moet zoeken straks. En mijn sleutels?
Aan het boxen.
Claudia says, I like that. I might try the wheel myself to help with picking the project. Yeah. I had a long time a hate relationship with my wheel because I was like, the wheel says what I have to do. But now I'm thinking of it like, I don't have to think, so it's easy. And if I have a day that I don't want that whip to stitch on, I spin again. So it doesn't really matter. If I'm really like, I don't want to stitch this today, then I just spin. How did I put on my wheel now? I did put the rainbow whips back. So the rainbow whips were 360 degrees, Jungle Kitty, Rainbow Tiger, Water Dragon, Animal Mix Panorama, Blooming Whiskers, and one more. Daydream Tigers and Tiger Family. So those were 8 whips that I put already on it because of that reason. And then I added the ones that were on Monopoly Extra. Is 5, I think. Yeah, I have now 21 on the wheel with new starts on it. Yeah, that's another thing. I have 3 new stars still on it, so maybe I still delete them. Maybe not. I'm still not certain about that. Because I had little cake shop on it. Cat house. And what was the third one? Ah, the All Seasons Flower Shop from Lars Stewart. Oh nee.
Jan zet me boos.
Ja. Die zijn fout, want die stonden fout geparkeerd. Ja. Dat is niet. Yeah, that's a great idea, Claudia. Leave them on there, and if you spin them and don't want to start something new, spin again. Yeah, that's a great idea. Nee, dat is niet waar. My husband said, so you can spin all day long. There will be one that you want to do. What I also sometimes do is, if I need a whip that I miss, is just picking that whip and then delete it from the wheel. So hide it, in fact. Do you know what I mean? So like if I'm saying I want to stitch on Animal Mix Panorama today, I'm saying something, then I just say, okay, I pick that one and I hide it on my wheel for the next spin. denk dat ik die net... Yeah, I can play a bit with that wheel. Another thing I liked was having a jar with papers in it that you pick one. Because that's real, you feel it. And a wheel, you just tap the button. It doesn't feel real. Yeah, it feels like, yeah, it's digital, so not physical. But the thing then is, if you change your mind, you have to redo it all every time. Two. So that's solved. Here, that part here is the edge of the next page. So this is the next page finish. It's close. It's very close. And I also watched this morning Jen's cluster video from the Caffeinated Crafter. And she was already talking about her plans in 2026. She was early. I don't know. I don't do that. Then I wouldn't do anything, I think. But I admire all the people who can plan and keeping that. Oeh, kleine hond in die mand.
Ah ja.
Ze is aan het blazen.
Dan u.
Ja. The dog is dreaming in the basket. It's hope. Emmy's. Purring is Mies. Geeuw, geeuw. Ik mag niet slapen, ik moest dekken. Het is warm. The weather said it would rain all day, and it's hot. So they have chosen the long trousers or pants, and he will say, "Mom, it is too hot." I know. To complain again. And they said it would rain for a whole week. Yeah. Maak dan nog druppels? Hotte? I need my eye drops. Hè? Een trui? A sweater? Really? I was just saying it's hot. You will wear a sweater.
Ik weet niet, als ik om 6 uur ga werken, dat het gaat regenen.
Ik zou zeggen, kijk op mijn app, maar het gaat niet.
Iets gezegd rond de 6 dat het gaat regenen, dus.
Gaan jullie flesjes meedoen?
Ja, ik heb zo'n zak staan, met 11 flesjes.
Oh. A sweater. A really thick sweater. And it's hot. Lara says, I will be ringing the bell again today. I may have done another new start. Yay! Which one? Which one? I'm curious. I already did my first sweep again for the Sherlock mystery event. So we had 7 pieces so far. I said to my daughter, you can do the puzzle. But she was like, oh, you can do it yourself. So I know what it is, but I have to be silent, of course. But yeah, so I sweep and I see how many pieces are done, and then I do them and put the photo on the group, on the event. So I cannot guess, of course. But I had fun this morning with the guesses already. It was fun to see how many people know us. Yeah. Helle said it's a dog, a Pomeranian, and I was like, yeah, my daughter loves dogs, but it's not that. That would be too easy. And another member said, oh, it will be orcas. Nope, no orcas. And then someone else said, hi Sophia, welcome. An underwater scene? Nope. What was another guess? A cat. And I was like, a cat would be too easy. Everyone knows I love cats. So no cats this time. It was shocking, I know. Lara says it's the face of a mermaid from Total Cross Stitch. I think I know that one. Is Lara also that stitching? I think I know that one. But I have to do a toilet break in a hurry. I'll be back in a minute. Ah, yeah, I know it. I know that one. She's like, I would say teal colors. Blue teal colors and spooky eyes. Nee, Mies, ik moet naar het toilet. So, I'm back in a minute. How do I do it? We'll put the note BRB. So, don't go away. I'm back in a minute. So, then you will see it. I'm not gone. Jawel, voor a bit. Yeah. Then I want to do a recap. I need the toilet first. Yeah. Yep, I'm back. Whoop. Back. Did I miss something from the chat? I don't know. I will look. I'm back. I'm back. Just looking, and I missed something. Hmm. Six days ago. Doesn't say I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive and alive. I am alive, but I cannot see the chat here. Yeah, I'm still alive, so. It's this one. That's weird. Ah, okay. Yeah, I cannot see the chat on my phone. Sometimes I can, but now I cannot. I think I had to add something to scroll back. But if everyone was stitching, you were all brave. Yeah, then I go back stitching. If I missed something, you you can tell me again. I will not search longer then. Laura says I was making a coffee. That's delicious. I have a lemonade with water. It's like 50 lemonade and 50 water. Otherwise, it's too much sugar for me. I had a surgery 2 times on my stomach. One was at 18 and one at 25. So it's still difficult. I cannot eat everything I want. And that's fine too, but it's just like if you try something new, you don't know how your body will react to it. And that's why I also need a lot of vitamins and calcium pills and everything. And my husband also had that surgery, and he's fine. What he eats, I cannot eat. Of what he eats, I cannot eat that. But the hospital forgot to tell me that I had to take the calcium separate pills. So that's why my teeth are so in a bad shape. And it costs a lot of money to repair them all. And then it's better to get false ones, but that's also not cheap. So yeah. That's wrong. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, I cannot count. Now I can enjoy the silence. The dog is sleeping. Sky is upstairs, I think, in the bed of my daughter. She is like, she was this morning angry. Hi, Janelle, welcome. She was with her face against the pillows of the couch. So like, I don't want you to leave. I want you to stay. To my daughter. I was like, she's angry at you. And now she's already upstairs waiting for my daughter. Yeah. So yeah, I said I wanted to do my live stream today. So I can chat a bit. Laura says, tell me about it. I tried to do a quick 100 stitches this morning and it took forever because the frog came to visit. I suck at counting. I do. I do too. Especially in cross country. And if you parked wrong, yeah, then you obviously make a mistake because I go for my parking. And then, okay, you have to frog. That's another thing. Even in my gridding, I cannot count. I've proven that with my 6 portals. I thought the next I gridded was fine. Still not. But I know there is a mistake, so I work around it. Sometimes I think I stitch slow, if I see Komari online stitching the lives, then I'm thinking she's faster than me. And my son said, "Oh, it's how would you say? It's quicker, so that it's something to do with the speed that they said it goes faster." And I said, "No, it's live. It cannot be manual settings to be quicker." He was like, "I stitch slow then." Ooh. That's correct. Oh, it's me. I thought it was Roger. Lara says we should never compare our speed to Komari. We are more mortals and she is a stitching machine. Claudia says everybody is faster than me as I have to count twice to make sure I don't screw up. And Sophia says, I think I'm slow too. I get too distracted. Well, and yeah, yesterday I did around 500 stitches on the Kingdom on 3 hours. So I doesn't think that was too slow, but yeah. Time doesn't tell everything, of course. It depends on the confetti you have or whatever. That's true, but still, I was just watching her and it was like going shh, 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 shh. And it was like, how? And I still, I would love to be able to talk to Komari in her live streams because she speaks, what is it, Chinese, Japanese? I don't know. I don't understand that. And it would be easier if it would be in English, I think. Yeah, I admire her stitching. That's true. How fast she is, but yeah. I cannot communicate with her. So Nell says, I agree, it would be good to know what they are saying. Yeah, I really have so much questions for her. I cannot tell. I'll ask her something. Like, I thought she was only stitching the flowers girl, I think it's called. And now she's stitching the Mary Mushroom supersized Mox color. So that was a surprise to me. And in the beginning, before she had Pattern Keeper, I was so amazed. She had her paper chart here. She was stitching very fast, and then she scribbled a bit on the paper, and then she started again. And it was like, she doesn't even color the boxes. It was really a line, horizontal or vertical or diagonal, and I was like, all those lines are like chaotic to me. I wouldn't know what I still have to do. I need to color my boxes when it's on paper. That's maybe another issue. A line on paper charts doesn't say enough to say it's done. No. And even on paper charts, I highlight 2 times. First, I highlight like the search function, what symbol is where everywhere. And then the second time I highlight when I have stitched them and count them. So I do doubles. But I'm a huge fan of Komari, of course. That is a fact, but yeah. That's that. Doom. 1, 2. I was also shocked. I was talking before I went to the break about Jen, the caffeinated crafter, saying she would probably, or there was a chance she would stop playing her Monopoly game in 2026. I was shocked by that news. I didn't expect to hear that. My daughter is busy with another puzzle, and she's doing the Once Upon a Fairy Tale from Amy Stewart and a puzzle. The shelf. She was saying, oh, before school starts, it will be finished. No, he isn't finished. But the two little ones don't have homework this week already. They still have a week off. Laura says that's my focus piece this year. I love that image. I have it as a whip. I have 2 pages done. And she was saying, when will you stitch it again? I was like, oh. Another one. I have maybe 14 supersized max colors. 13 or 14. And I see 3, 4, at least 4 a week of them. Every week, so. I had, not this year, but previous year. Was it last year in 2024? I think it was in 2024. I had a big 9. And then the Once Upon a Fairy Tale supersized max color was in it. And then I did something different then. What did I do then? I had 9 whips picked. I think it was almost all supersized max colors. And then I stitched like 200 or 300 stitches on my kingdom. And then I picked from those 9 what I would stitch the rest of the day. And I did great. The first month I did awesome. I had over 40,000 stitches done. Really. But the second month I was done with it. I was like, no, I don't want to see them again. I even had a period that I did with my 3 ribs for my children. So this one, the cruising one, and the other one, the circus one. I rotated them daily, and I did each day 700 stitches on them. So day 1, 700 stitches on this one. Day 2, 700 stitches on my oldest son one, and so on. And then day 3, little one. I did that for a whole month too. And then I was tired. Then they were in the cupboard again. So I would say a burnout of your ribs is real. It really exists. That's 3. And I was also a shock this morning. My eldest son had to go 1 hour later at school than my other 2 children. And he was like, I'm going to do the dishes this morning. Then I have it all done now instead of this afternoon. And he already peeled the potatoes too. So I was like, wow, that's new. Normally I have to ask like 20 times. And now he was like out of himself. I'm going to do that now. But he was stressed this morning. He was like, I don't know what to expect today at school. And I told him he's at high school now. So it will be a meeting with the teachers and the, how do you call it? The direction of the school. The CEO of the school, yeah. And then you will get your books, your new locker. What else? The meeting with your new teacher of the class. Your new scheme for the next period. Sometimes we had a new scheme and New Year at New Year, but this day he had last year the same one for a whole school year. So yeah. What did I say? Another thing. What did he have another to do? The letters for me he will get. So then he was like, okay, then it's okay. It's his second year now in high school. And tomorrow he will get real lessons again. Oh, scissors. No. Then you drop the scissors. Where is it? Where is it? Probably under my chair. Yeah, I will grab it when I'm done. I have another one here, so it will fit that way. The scissor escaped. Bye, Sophia. Thank you for popping in. And I hope you have a great day and more stitching later on. Bye bye. Hi, Mia. Welcome. Welcome. It's nice to see you back. I know it's not the best timestamp to film or to do a live stitch with me, but yeah. It is what it is. I have to adjust because in what hour it is? It's now 1:30 in the afternoon. So at 3:10 I have to prepare to go to school. So I still have a bit time now. Are you already stitching, Mia? Is it? Yeah, you are 1 hour later, I think. Just wasn't it Labor Day today in the United States of America? So if so, happy Labor Day. Oh no, Mia has been sick yesterday and today. She's just been relaxing on the phone. Yeah, it's allowed. It's allowed, of course. You get better soon. Claudia says a burnout is totally real. I was pushing to get my pandemic by long dog samplers done this year, but needed to stitch 300 stitches a day on it. After 4 months of that, it went into timeout. Yes, like I said, previously, if you see some whip too much, you get a burnout on it. Hey, at least I have it. It's like you need the just dosage of stitching. You need a just dosage of stitching. If it's too much, it's not good. If it's too few, it's also not good. And I think there are people who stitches on different places on their web, so they don't get the burnout. So if I would say now today, I want to stitch here on the ball with markers and something else, then I keep stitching on these color swatches. Mia says, I think I had a burnout with the angel. My goal was 12,400 stitches for August. I got 4,485 done. Once I feel better, I will focus on it again. Yeah. Yeah. But if you do that daily, it's an issue. I did the whole time period kingdom, each day 200 to 300 stitches. Now I cannot do it anymore. I tried again and I cannot. I love the whip. It's not that. It's just every day the same one. Like daily 100 on the same one. I cannot do that. So now I do like Sunday, yesterday I did Kingdom. Today I'm doing this one. Tomorrow I go back to Kingdom. Wednesday I grab one for... No, normally Wednesday is Flamingo. Yeah. Wednesday will be Flamingo unless I have time in the evenings. I can stitch on that in the evening. But if not, it's one of my son's whips. And then Friday I go back to Kingdom. So I see Kingdom 3 times a week and it's enough for a date. It's enough for a date. So maybe that will help you, Mia. If you would say, I want to do that, try to stitch a day on your angel and do the next day something else. So you don't have it consecutively each day. Ah, happy Labor Day. Like I also tried to do my daily temperature stitching. Instead of doing it all like saying a bottle of butter needed 200 stitches. Instead of doing the 200 stitches at once, I did now 100 stitches, and I will do the next day it came up the 100 stitches. So I spread them out a bit. Oh, Sky. Sky is here. Eh? Boat? Are you both here? Yeah. Like I said, the dogs are here. Ja. Wilde je aandacht? Oh. They are cute. Look, look. Look. Hup. Nee, maar hij gaat niet vallen. And here is Hope. Oh. Wat is er? Wat is er? Hij moet toch niet buiten, hè? Hij is er net buiten geweest. Yeah, Mia says, sounds good. I will have a go with 4 days angel, 3 days something else. Weekly, that's not stitching for more than 2 days in a row, one whip. Yes, it is. It really helps. And it's only one difference in day, but for me it helped. She gives her paw. See. Aww. Look. Isn't she cute? She's cute. She didn't get her combing session yet today. This evening then. Eh? Een nieuwe kam. Een nieuwe kam. Ja. Each day they get combed. Two. I need to stitch. Yeah, I need to stitch. She's thinking you have to pat my belly. No, I don't have to. Ah, Sky. I think I need to cut your nails too. But I'm with their nails. I fear that I will cut too far. So if someone knows how to know where you see it's too far, please let me know. Because here her thumb is getting curly. So I need to cut it off with the nail thing. But I don't know how far exactly. And she has dark nails, so you cannot see where the bloodline stops. Yeah, so if someone knows how to know how far you can cut a nail from a dog, please let me know. That's something that would be useful too. Eh? Ja, en nu? Joep. Yep. She's gone. Not really. She's still here on my lap, but for the video. Where was I? Here, yeah. Chanel says just take little of the nail at a time. You don't need to go do a big chunk at once. Yeah, that's true. But those at her thumb is really doing this. And I had one with my other dog. Ah, nail cutters. I have that thing that stops too, but I'm still afraid I will be too far. But I had my previous dog that I lost. She had one of her thumbnails curling, and the ending of her nail went into her cushion of her paw, so it was infected. That was another thing. So I don't want that with them. So I'm very checking, looking, is it too far? Do you need to cut it? Like that. I'm very precautious. Yeah. And if it's about the dogs, if they need a haircut or something else, I also do it by myself. So I will do that this evening, I think, when I have my daughter with me. So she can hold them. Alone is it difficult. And I probably also will go out for a walk this evening again. So they said that it will help with the nails, but no, when they are walking, the nails scratches on the floor, but no. What the color is? Okay. That I didn't mark. Looking for a thread here. It's this one. You wouldn't think those edges next to the swatches are really confetti heavy. You wouldn't expect that, I think. Ah, hi Ebony. I thought you would be on holiday already. You were on the plane already. But welcome. Of course, you're welcome. But I thought really you were already gone. Oh, tomorrow you leave. Okay. Last day of working. Yay! Then you think it will go fast today. I hope it will go fast for you today. Was it to France that you go? As holiday, or where was it? The destination. I forgot. Or do you come to Belgium? Oh, Turkey. It's hot there, I think. Is it Ankara in Turkey, the capital city, or I went to Marmaris once in my life. I was young. And next to Marmaris was Bodrum, I think. And I hope you have olive oil with you. Olive oil. And now you will say why. Or if not, if you go to Turkey as advice and you have a burnt skin, like I had that when I was young, and I had a big Antalya. Yeah, Antalya is beautiful. I had big blares like this on my skin. I had much pain. Nothing helped from creams. And the people there said to me, use olive oil, and then you have to cover it with a shawl or something, so the sun cannot reach your skin, and then it healed. So really weird, but it really helped. So if you have a very, very burned skin on a holiday, buy that. And it was because I was swimming in the swimming pool, and the sun was, how do you say it, on me, but also on the water. So I had two times the sun. So I was very, very bad burned. Yeah, it's not. You wouldn't think of that. You would say, "Are you crazy? Why would I? Why would I put olive oil on my skin?" Really, it helps. It was the only thing that helped me. I didn't, and it didn't smell, eh? I did smell to olive oil, but yeah, it worked. Yeah, that's it, Chanel. The reflection of the sun. That was it. See? Ebony says I burned bad last year in Lanzarote, so I know that pain. Really, try it. I couldn't sleep from the pain. I had so much pain. It was not just red. It was not just the burning feeling. I had really thick bladders. Blaren? How do you call it? The bubbles on your skin. It was really thick. Ah, blisters. Thank you, Chanel. So those blisters were really thick. And nothing helped. My mother did like pharmacies, visits, everything. Nothing helped. Until one of the people there said to her from the hotel, use olive oil. And I was like, what? I'm not I'm not a pancake. But yeah, it helped. I really didn't understand how, but it helped. It takes a day of you, eh? It's not that it helps like I put it today on and tomorrow it's gone. No, 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 no. It takes a few days, but it helps. It gets lighter. See, I'm very light of skin. I would even say white. And yeah, especially then. And even with children, it's good to know, I think. Um, and Ebony, are you taking stitching with you? Like a small one or something, or nothing? One, two, three, two. Oh yeah. Ebony says I'm going to take my stained glass orca with me for by the pool as I'm color completing 310. And then the painted tiger for when I have a coffee in the morning. Ah yeah, it's nice to go on a trip with you. That's very nice. Dirty coffee. But another warning, They have a delicious dessert buffet in the hotels there. They have like a whole desk filled with all sort of cakes. And in the morning you get like what's it called? Oh, it's a round thing, like a cake with a hole in it. Not like it's the form like a donut, but it's not a donut. I don't know the name, but it was really delicious. And then eggs in the morning they also do. Yeah, very, very, very delicious food. But the dessert buffet, that was. Then you don't pick one cake. Ebony says I'm going to have to go back on my diet when I get back. Yes, I think so. They don't give like fruits for dessert or something. They're really great in bakery there. And then you think, oh, that seems delicious, and that will do. And before you know, your dish is full with the bakery stuff there. And when you get home, you can start a little cake shop for your diet. Then you can stitch them instead of eating them. Oh. Hi Lydia, welcome. We are talking about Turkey. The destination of Ebony for tomorrow. Ebony says I will be drooling while I stitch. Yep. Definitely. And if you have what was it? We had a 3-star hotel, an all-in, and then we had the breakfast in the morning at 10. Did we get something at 10 a.m.? I think we could take something. I don't remember that. But then at noon we had a full desk full with food, all different dishes, and then you could grab vegetables that you want and all that stuff. Too much, and then in the afternoon you could get like a coffee with something. And the evening you get then the large lunch again, the large dinner with the dessert buffet, so with all the cakes that I just talked about. And then in the evening you could drink like a cocktail or something. It was all included. But then it's more an eat holiday than that you do something else. Ebony says we get everything included too. I'm going to try to only snack on fruit and not on junk food. Yeah. Yeah, I hope it will work out for you. Do you have to fly a long time, Ebony, or is it okay, like 3 hours or something? Mia says, Ebony, you need to take a dish to put under your chin just to avoid the drooling getting on your stitching. Oh, we are not teasing you, Ebony. We are not teasing you. We are just, yeah, warning you. with school, I visited Italy, but it was with a bus, so we went from. Jamal said that's called a bib. Oh, it's still 4 hours 30 flying and then 1 hour to the hotel. Yeah, that's the long trip already. And then the hours that you have on the airplane, on the airport to wait. Yeah, it's long. The boarding time. So I went to Italy. It was with a bus. So we went each day to another city part. I saw the Tower of Pisa. That was a nice trip. I loved that one. But I missed out on the Trevi Fountain. The Trevi Fountain. That's really a pity. And then I also had a trip to Greece. Yeah, to Greece. It was also with a bus. And each day we had another hotel. But yeah, still great memories of those. Both were at school. And it was because I studied Latin Greece, so yeah. Great memories. To see the Acropolis in real life. Oh wow. Yeah, wow. And then my parents were a lot of traveling. So then she took me to Turkey. Then we had a trip to Tunisia. I didn't like it there. No, it was too much sand for me. I was happy that I could go home then. Then we went to Germany a couple of times. But then mostly with the Christmas period, so it was very cold. What did we do again? Mia says everyone should visit Mombasa in Kenya. Yeah, I would love to. I really would love to. But now it's not going to happen anymore with the health issues. Then I had like 1 day trip to Paris. So I saw the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower, I saw it, but yeah, it was like a glimpse and gone. Wow. Mia says, I've seen the Acropolis too, way back in 1984. But it's a memory you don't forget, I think. Or at least I hope so, that I wouldn't forget those memories. Yeah. That's a love that my husband don't understand. Not the traveling, the love for Italy and Greece. But he would never set a what's it here? He would never set a foot on a plane. Never. Where would I put it? Here then. Mia says, I haven't forgotten it and I'm 18 years older than you. Oh. Yeah. We once did a visit to Edinburgh in England with school. That was also nice. With Canterbury Tales. Tell I remember. It was with something to do with Canterbury Tales. It's a long time ago. But yeah, I lost also my heart there. And especially in Scotland too. Yes, in fact, you could be my mom. You could be my mom. My mom was 30 when she had me. But I was the third one, so yeah. My daughter sometimes tells me, Mom, you are the youngest mother of the whole class. And I was like, okay then. But I had the issues with the fertility, and the doctor told me that I would have earlier my menopause, but that I also could, how long I would have waited, how more issues I would have to get my children. So I was 21. Yeah, 22 when he came. So he was 21 when I was pregnant for my oldest son. And the last one was at 27, I think. Yeah. Wow, Mia says my firstborn is turning 34 in October. My mom was 24 when she had me, and I am her third child. Wow. Wow. My daughter I had her at 23. She was close to my oldest son. Yeah. We didn't expect that we could have her so quickly because my oldest son took like 3 years. And they said it wasn't possible, so we didn't expect anything anymore. And then we were like, yeah, if we want the second one and it takes again 3-4 years, yeah, but then it was earlier. So I have more troubles apparently to make boys than girls. I'm turning, here. I feel it turn. Yeah, a bit lower. But it was, when they were little, it was heavy. My son then could just walk when she was born, and then it was difficult. Yeah, to watch them both. If you would go out for a walk, you had the stroller for the little one, but then you had to watch the other one that he didn't run away. Yeah, and she had reflux, so she was not crying. Yeah, a lot of issues then. She cried the whole night, and she had a bed. She couldn't sleep in it because of the reflux. Then I had to put her in the maxi cozy, so she was sitting right, just to be able to sleep. I know it's not allowed normally, but then you are desperate. If you have weeks nothing slept, then you're desperate. I didn't had any help from family, yeah. So I was all day alone with her, and I was like, please sleep, please sleep. And then then I was so desperate that she slept there. And then I went to the child doctor, and she laughed with me. She said, "Oh, babies cry. I said, "Yes, but not all day long and night long. Bye, Mia. Have a nice nap and a nice day." So, and then I went to the. Ebony says my son also had reflux as a baby. It was so difficult, yeah. And then she wanted to do a camera in her stomach, and I was like, she was a week old, and she had 4 days. She was 4 days at the intensive care unit already. So I was like, no, not more on her again. So then I went to the house doctor, and he gave me 1 milliliter. I remember it was just that, 1 milliliter of, was it omeprazole? Something that protects the stomach. And she took that until she was 1 year old, and it was gone. It was okay. So then she could sleep. So every evening she got that, and then she could sleep. Ebony says, same here. We had medicines to put into his milk. They said if he turns 1 and he's still in pain, we may need to operate. Thankfully, when he was 1, it had stopped. Yeah? But she had to get it directly in her mouth. So it couldn't be in her milk. She had, I would say, different milk too. it was like thick. It was especially milk for reflux, but when you made it, it was like thick and not as fluent, not fluid enough. That was really difficult to give it to her. Yeah, she was born at 36 weeks, too early, because my muscles of my belly were ripped. She had to go out, and then she didn't had the medication for her lungs, so she was 4 days in intensive care for her lungs. And I had my second C-section, so I was in bed. I couldn't walk. It was really a nightmare. And then the nurses said to me, why don't you visit your girl at the unit? And I was like, I just had a C-section. How can I walk? And it was far to walk. It was not like behind the corner. You had to take the elevator and like 3 floors upstairs. And I will never forget that night. Never. It was 11 p.m. and my husband said, "Oh, you have much pain. I called the nurse there in the hospital. I will see what she says." And she said, "Oh, you can come in. We will do an examination and then you can maybe go home. No issues." But they let me wait the whole night. It was in January after New Year's, because the night from 3rd or 4th of January then. And I was like, okay. I had labor, but okay. And I was like, why don't they stop it with an injection or something? No. And they didn't tell me anything. And at 8 a.m., the door goes open and the doctor said, "Your operation room is ready. Your surgery room is ready. You can now, we will take you now and we'll take her out." So a whole night, nobody taught me anything. And then he just came in and he said, "I will operate you. I will do a surgery." I was like, what? I was really scared then. So then I thought they could have warned me. But no. Mother, moet je buiten? Moet je pipi doen? Okay, a break for the dogs. I'm back in a minute. They need to go outside. Up. Pipi doen? A break for the dogs. Oops. B-O-B. back. Getting back. Oi, 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 oi. Wrong. No. What did I do now? I think I screwed it here up. Yep. Okay, so they were back. Is anyone else stitching, or is everyone at work? Sky learned to ask if we to go outside. That's a good thing. So yeah, children. It was a lot about children today. Allez, fly. Chanel says I'm stitching. It's night 10:25 p.m. in Australia. A stitching shelf. I haven't touched this for about 1 year. Is it the supersize Max Color? Or the regular one or the Max Color one? Ten. So you are 8 hours later than me. Oh. Are you happy with the regular one, Chanel? With the details? I have a stitch in time. So the one with the hoop in the middle. Okay, that's fine. It's Monday. Yeah, it's still here Monday. But you will be in 2 hours Tuesday already. No, 4 hours. Around. I asked yesterday my son on which day the week starts here. And he said on Tuesday. And I was like, no, on Monday. Oh, he tried, so he could. He didn't have to go to school. That's another thing. He's clever enough. the stitching shelf. I have 1.5 pages finished on my supersized max color stitch in a time. With the ladies. Wow, 90,520 stitches and 5.20%. Yeah. That's already a lot of stitching. This now is more than 34,000 stitches. Hopla. Next color. If you see the color swatches on the chart, you think it's a chocolate. A chocolate thing. I would think of chocolate. If I wouldn't have known it's that. So. Yeah, I still have to fill in those two, but I forgot with the dogs. Two, and then so that's done. And the two I missed was here 838.60. 38, 60. Yeah, it's the same color. I was not certain it was the same color. So now it says I have to stitch it using Pattern Keeper. I cannot find my PDF to put into Paradise. You also can export your PDF from Pattern Keeper that you can use to convert it. I'm now also stitching from Pattern Keeper because I'm faster with it than with Saga. So that issue is fixed. And then next color is here. Like now I'm jumping all over the place. So with Saga in the selected area it's great, but for this system not. Then I'm more tapping on the screen than stitching. When you can use the selected box and the automatical selection, it works great. But without, a next color, a nice pink. Ah yeah, I forgot to take my scissors. Luckily, I have always a spare one. So this evening I will stitch on blooming whiskers. My wheel decided that. And if I have time left, maybe some on flamingo. I'm also stitching a bit slower now because this is 28 count. With 25 I'm a bit faster. I have to concentrate a bit more. Was it? One. It's close to get the next page finished. It's very close. 2, two again. Do I have a knot? I hope to get my 500 stitches before I need to get my children from school. So that would be nice. I don't have to think about this whip anymore. Almost there, I think. It's again adjusting with school. It's another rhythm. Oh. Wow, Katie, good morning. It's early there, 7:52 in the morning in Oklahoma, USA. Happy Labor Day. For me, it is almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And at 3:10, I need to stop because I need to pick up my children then. School is finished at 3:30, but the parking will be again nuts. So yeah. There's not a lot of parking space at school. And then I have to drive to the next school for my oldest son. I must say, I did already a lot of stitching today. If this 500 stitches here is done, then I already did 800 stitches so far. And then next on my plate is 500 stitches on blooming whiskers. I have my children at school, that helps. I think when they're at home, it will not be that well anymore. And my husband brought them this morning to school, so I didn't lose their time either. So I could say on school days I can stitch more than when they are at home. But I started early this morning too. I hadn't to prepare their lunch boxes today. I didn't have to prepare their fruit. Dad took it all over for me for today. But the other days of the week, it will be for me. Yeah, like now the dogs are upstairs. The cats are sleeping. It's very silent and peaceful. I'm just tired because I didn't have a lot of sleep, but yeah. I maybe slept 5 hours. Maybe. Like, I think tomorrow afternoon I can do another live stream. But for Wednesday, that will be more difficult, I guess. Like, tomorrow it will be Kingdom. How much time we have? 10 minutes. Yeah, I will make it. I think I will make my 500 stitches. Ebony says only 7 hours and 15 minutes left of work. Wow. A real countdown. And is everything ready for the traveling? Is your suitcase ready? Ebony says almost. I just need last few bits putting in the case and then painting my nails and so on. Yeah, etc. Yeah, exciting. Do you have to get up early for your flight? Like I remember I had to be like at 2 a.m. at the airport. That was early. And will you bring some nice photos with you? Oh, yeah, thankfully not. We need to be at the airport for 11 a.m. Yeah, that's a nice hour. Yay! And to share with us, eh? Yeah. Your next plus tube video. Katie says I'm working on origin this morning. Origin. That doesn't ring a bell. Yeah. I hope you have a nice trip, Ebony. Is your son going with you? Or does he have school? Ah, Katie says it's a sea turtle. Okay. That's always nice, a turtle to stitch. And Ebony says he's supposed to start back at school tomorrow, but we are taking him on a holiday for the week and a half. Yeah, that's awesome. Here we wouldn't be allowed to do that. They are very strict in rules by our government. They only can be at home when they are sick, and then you need to give a doctor note. And if you don't give a doctor's note, then they are invalid for the absence. You would say it doesn't matter. The cost of the fine is £180, but the extra cost of a holiday into school holidays is £2,000. Yeah, I know why, the reason why. I definitely understand that. But here, if we do that, then we don't pay a fine. Sometimes we get some money from the government to help with school. And if they don't go to school, you have to return that money. It's not a lot, of course. It's like the youngest one now got €150 each. But they check if they go to school and how many times, and if their absence was valid or not. They all check it. And people who doesn't get that money and they take them to holiday. Sometimes it's okay, but sometimes we have the institute, like it's a center for the students, counseling, and then you get them on the phone saying your child was not at school, and then you have to explain, and if it's too much, you even could be, how do you say, pursued? Yeah, they're really strict in it. Even with COVID, I had phone calls from school why I kept my children at home. They were supposed to go to school, but with COVID they weren't allowed. And then the thing started. And then they said I kept them at home on purpose, that I didn't want them to go to school. And then I said everyone needs to stay at home. That needs, that's the saying that I have to round, that I have to stop here because I need to pick them. So this is my ending point. I did now 34,682 stitches out of 730,286, and it is 4.86% completed. And I think I did do 502 stitches and totally. That was weird. Some stuff flew down. I need to check that out. I think I did today 502 stitches, but on the live 402. So have all a nice day. Happy stitching, and I will be here normally back tomorrow if nothing happens. So bye bye. See you later all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for popping in. And I always enjoy a chat with you. So good morning, goodbye, and good evening to everyone, wherever you are in the world. And bye bye.